Hi, welcome to Japanese craft beer reviews, and today we're going to look at a beer from Kizakura, which is located in the Fushimi district of Kyoto, famous for sake brewing. And actually Kizakura is mainly a sake brewer. They do have a craft beer division, and most famous probably for their matcha green tea IPA, which is either you love it or hate it, or maybe you can stomach it or you can't. And I do have a review of that if you want to take a look. Today's beer is a very new one from them. It's called Kizakura悪魔のビール, or the Devil's Beer, as you can see here. And it is a red session IPA at 5%. And this one has no ratings on RateBeer that I saw at all so far, and I haven't checked Untapped, but probably a few. So a new beer from them. They have put out quite a few beers recently, seeing what sticks to the wall, I suppose. Generally, when you see, something referring to the devil or Satan, Lucifer, Mephistopheles in a beer name, it generally implies a more higher alcohol beer, or beer with some serious pretensions at doing you evil. And this is a kind of 5% session beer, so I'm not sure why they chose that. And it has a very unusual kind of devil face with one very large kind of human looking eye, and sort of reptilian sort of mouth and nose. In any case, well, enough about that. Kizakura is located on the shores of Lake Biwa, the largest lake in Japan, and it's quite a ways up towards the north end of that lake. And they've been around for a while. They have a number of regular beers that they offer. They used to have a big problem with yeast. The yeast character in their beer was kind of overwhelming, so every style they made kind of tasted pretty much like yeast, like their yeast. And they've gotten through that problem, and they show up now in some stores. For example, Yamaya liquor shops, they tend to show up there. And so if you are interested in trying this, try a Yamaya store in Japan. I don't know that they export at all, but you can give it a go. Okay, and so once again, red session IPA from Kizakura, which is primarily a sake brewer, but you can try a lot of their craft beers. They do have a kind of tap area, gift shop area, and restaurant in their brewery complex in Fushimi in Kyoto. Okay, let's try this out. All right, it is kind of deep, sort of tea or light cola colored reddish brown with a solid fat finger of spongy light tan head. Okay. It is clear, but so dark it's kind of hard to see through, and I cannot see a lot of carbonation rising here. Okay. In any event, let's try the aroma. Okay. Well, I do get some kind of tropical hops kind of buzzing up in the nose. Some dark fruit, maybe. Something like condensed plums, or yeah. Well, okay, and flavors are exactly what I was led to believe by the nose. Kind of deep, sort of rich fruitiness. Gets a bit richer in mid-palate, and kind of moderate bitterness. and some bitter tracks at the end that continue after the finish. This to me seems like kind of a mix between a red and a Cascadian IPA. Cascadian being the much darker kind of roast malt. It has a kind of hop scratchiness in mid palate that, yeah. So this is kind of medium body, a bit filling, kind of sticky maybe. You can see how the foam is sticking to the glass, and it kind of feels that way in the mouth as well. Yeah, interesting beer, not bad. I had one of these before a few days ago, and I gave it a 3.4 out of 5. So not spectacular, but not bad. Kizakura is getting better at their beers, I think. The one that you might see most often around are their Lucky series, and this one seems, they do have a beer called Lucky Chicken and a beer called Lucky Dog, reds, red beers, amber, and I'm not sure how much different. This seems like kind of an amped up version of their Lucky Chicken red, but give them all a go if you want. Okay, so again, this is called Kizakura Devil's Beer,悪魔のビール, and 5% red session IPA. Try them out, okay, and let me know what you think. Please do subscribe to the channel. Okay, we're going to be moving on to a series of beers from Kyoto Brewing next, and then after that from a much newer brewery called Second Story Ale Works in Tokushima. So I have a series of beers from them as well, and I hope you tune in for that. I also have a playlist of Kizakura beers, craft beers. You can check that out on the site as well. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.